Oh,
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It is a nice Sunday morning coming down. And this is Lonnie, and that's Brian over there. I am in the white, he's in the blue. That's what the B's for, blue.
there you go.
And there's your LB hour right there, the pound hour, by the way. So we're going to talk about some funny stuff in the next hour. So if you want to be part of it, that's great. Feel free to like and subscribe. I know you hear that all the time, but
Oh, yeah.
we're not trying to make a lot of money here, just trying to BS until the LB hour is a little more acronymical. That's a word I just came up with, acronymical, BS, LB, whatever.
Yeah.
But so some fun time. So sit back, relax. How are you doing this morning, Brian?
Good, good. Got up about 7, so I slept in a little bit. Felt good.
Slept in a little bit. That's like 3.5 hours of sleeping in for you.
Yeah. Well, sleeping on the weekends, catch up a little bit.
Well, I sleep in on the weekends. My sleep in almost every day. I mean, compared to you, you get up early.
Yeah.
You are, you get the worms.
Oh, watched some fights last night. Free fights, good ones. Enjoyed it very much. Very
And who
a little
fought?
bit of controversy, not much.
Who fought?
Yeah. Well, just bunch of guys. The big one was this guy Kevin Holland. He's a kind of a court jester. He's the guy that knocked the guy out from his back. And last night he fought a no nonsense guy, and he goofed off too much, and he lost the fight.
Kevin Holland. No,
Kevin Holland, yeah,
it was a good fight though.
he lost to Derek Brunson. It was pretty good, but he just goofed off too much. He was hamming it up, and it didn't work.
Yeah, that never works. It never works unless, I mean, if you're not serious, I guarantee your opponent is.
Yeah. All he would do is joke stuff late once he has 12, eight rounds in the bag or something. This guy
Yeah, well, yeah, he really did back up his stuff pretty much almost always, That was kind of like his thing. He was able to do both on that thing. But I mean, if that's not your forte,
the goof off stuff is Kevin Holland's deal, but he usually doesn't do it in the fight. After the fight, he was very together, and he kind of analyzed his failures, and it was pretty good actually. Because
it's like Conor McGregor, we could talk about that sometimes. He good fighter, great fighter, but he got a little showboaty. Actually, extremely showboaty. I mean, there's no bigger showboat around than him. It's just like,
well, he was on the show last night, just in his commercials carrying his whiskey. He has a proper 12 whiskey. So,
yeah, well, and he's making millions of dollars for that, and God bless him for that.
Well, Carson and I were talking last night, my son, and we were watching the fights, and we said he should just do that now. He's accomplished everything in the UFC. Just be the guy, be the whiskey guy.
The guy who is a bar fighter.
Yeah, but, he's got a kid now, and he's really he's nicer. He's too nice.
Well, there's more important things in this world now than fighting, for money. I mean, I see that. I mean, but the gypsy fights and stuff way back when, that's that's historical. They do that, and in every, I think, society, they have fighting for for money. I mean, honestly, I think that it's just one of those gladiator things from way back when,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we always want to accomplish something over somebody else and show them what we can do. And personally, watching personal accomplishment and fighting is like the best of the best, you know what I mean? Or not always in particular, but it can be, it's one of the toughest things there is.
Well, the current heavyweight champ, Tyson Fury, the boxing champ, he's a gypsy, and his father did like several years in prison for a bar fight. So they're from a fighting background.
Hey, talk about movies that we don't talk about. I was just thinking about that before. Anyways, the guy who that his podcast, Dan Brennemore, he does that movies you don't talk about.
Yeah.
The movies nobody talks about.
Movies I love, but no one
movies I love, but nobody talks about. So Snatch. I freaking love that movie. Yeah. One of my favorite movies of all times. And nobody talks about that one. And that's a gypsy fighting movie, Well, it's a lot of things, but remember Brad Pitt in there as the as the gypsy fighter? Yeah. amazing. That's, of course it's fictitious, but hey, it can happen.
Yeah, it's kind of based on reality though.
Yeah, I mean it's a damn good movie though. That's one of my favorite movies. I forget about that all the time. Snatch. Matter of fact, I think I watched the first time when that first came out. I think I brought it to your house to watch with
Maybe.
you guys. That's kind of funny, yeah. No, I think when we both had wives back in the day.
Well, yeah.
We both had our first wives still. Yeah, that's funny.
Well, that movie had something for everybody because we like the fighting and the girls like Brad Pitt. So
Yep, exactly. Can't say anything wrong with that, I guess.
yeah.
And but then I like the other characters in there involved. They were
Oh,
like,
yeah. Jason
yeah.
Statham as just an actor, not an action guy. It was really good.
No, matter of fact, I think he almost got his butt whooped in that movie, as you can see the other
Yeah.
fighters. But in actuality, he seemed like he's a pretty tough guy.
Yeah, he's a good actor, though. He proved in that movie there was no stunts. It was just him talking. And that other guy, Steven something, he was in The Irishman, so he's moved up. That little guy walked around with it. Remember Statham and the little guy are always walking around doing stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
that
trying
guy.
to think though. Now, Brian, I think that it's our duty to watch Snatch again because I haven't seen it in so long.
Yeah.
If you're up for it, I mean,
Oh, yeah.
it'd be fun to watch. But yeah, if you haven't seen that, ladies and gentlemen, Snatch, and it's not a porno movie. It's actually about stealing something. So, and not the booty. It's just called Snatch.
And it's about the gypsy lifestyle or the pikers or whatever. I don't know exactly.
Pikes. Yeah, the pikes and the pikers and the
To me, it's about
gypsies.
Brad Pitt just being cool as hell.
Yeah, I love.
Brad Pitt.
I love Snatch. I hate to say that, but shit, no, it's one of the best movies from back in that time. It's like, geez, I don't know.
This week I have to. I made a promise to a friend that has been pushing me to watch Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, which I haven't watched yet, which is weird. So
that's the Brad Pitt movie as well. Well, him and Leo, we'll just call him Leo, friend of mine.
Leo DiCaprio. Yeah, those guys together just hanging out, and that's worth watching.
Well, and with the greatest of all time, Bruce Lee. So
yeah,
that's
I have no idea what Brad Pitt's politics are, and I don't even care. It's like
right.
I want to enjoy Hollywood for Hollywood. All these movies.
Well, I thought that was a movie you'd really enjoy because it's kind of about the Hollywood life and stuff,
Oh yeah. Well, I've seen a lot of clips, and I see places I used to go, and you'd see streets. I remember. It's just cool.
Yeah, no, most definitely. It's a cool movie. I think I have it here actually.
Yeah.
If you happen to be over in this neighborhood, we can watch it. Yeah, for certain. But how's your weekend going besides that? What else you got projects you're working on?
That's going good. I had lunch with my brother yesterday. That was nice. I'm just working on getting some stuff ready to do some electrical. I got a guy coming in, so he told me some stuff to do. So yeah, I'm just kind of moving right along.
So, ladies and gentlemen, real quick, let me tell you, he had lunch with his brother because Brian is so exotic and crazy. I guarantee you, he probably had meatloaf.
Yeah, I had the buffalo from Mill City.
The buffalo. There you go, buffalo.
Yeah, it's good stuff. And then I went in there to pick it up, and they had a pretty good crowd. So things are coming back, man, in the restaurants.
Yeah, well, yesterday I ended up stopping at a casino, and I was like, "Whoa, I'm not quite ready for that yet for the party."
That's a little much.
A little much. Yeah, but I took my partying gifts and left. It was a couple $100 and Corona. So
oh, nice.
Yeah, I was like, you can put the money back or the Corona back, but so I just have, I'm kidding. I sure as heck hope I didn't get Corona, but.
Well, Mill City is our regular place, so I call, and the minute I call, they go, "That'll be 2 buffaloes, right? You want the Pepsi for your brother? Okay."
Oh, okay. It's funny. I never had the buffalo. I'll have to give that a try.
Well, it's just nice having a place you call them, and the minute they hear your voice, they know your order, and they tell you when it's going to be ready, and they laugh a little bit, and it's like being a regular is a good thing.
Yeah, no, it's got advantages. That's why, in this little old town we like to call Cowlitz County, Longview, Kelso, this area. That's why I'm kind of known as a regular on everything around town. It's like I go in there, people they know me, and it gives that advantage because people treat you a little differently. You know what I mean? They
Yeah,
treat you like you're one of the employees or something.
yeah.
Kind of fun.
I'm trying to establish a regular place with the backstage cafe. So
There you go.
I,
Yeah.
I have a friend who happens to be a woman, and I want her to go in there and eat and convince him to get coffee, a nice little coffee setup. We
Yeah.
need to have, because if you go into an Italian restaurant, you got to have some coffee after the meal and do this.
Well, I would say coffee and ice cream actually.
Yeah.
Spumoni,
Oh, gelato.
gelato or spumoni. But the fact is that he's not busy enough yet for all that. I mean,
No,
coffee he definitely is, but
yeah.
not an espresso, just some deep dark Italian roast. That'd be good.
I figure if I say something, he'll just be annoyed. But if a girl or a woman comes in that's, sweet and nice, he might do it.
Well, I'm surprised that he doesn't have coffee. I mean, honestly,
Yeah.
folks.
Yeah. Well, some people came in the other day when we were there and they wanted coffee. And so we sent them next door to La Favorites. La Favorites. Knitting and coffee. I mean, what else? Right? Knitting and coffee. You talk about that all the time.
Yeah, I do. That's my thing.
That's all I ever talk about.
Knitting and coughing, baby. That's
Well, a lot
my
of the
thing.
a lot of the UFC guys now are into knitting. So I mean, it's not really. But
Well, yeah, they're probably in the ballet or something, I assume.
hey,
Maybe.
if those guys are into knitting, I'm not going to say anything about it. I'll let them have. Oh, and the women fighters last night. Great women. Man, it was brutal. I'm still getting used to that. It's hard to
I am
watch.
too. I don't like watching women beat up each other. I mean,
Hard.
don't get me wrong. When I was younger, when I was in school, it was always, go and watch the so and so. These girls kind of brawl it out in the locker rooms or whatever. I'd break it up. I always was one of the guys to help break it up. But it's just you want to see. I mean, they want to try their hand at fighting.
Well, some of them are so good. It's hard to watch for me, but it's getting easier because I know they're living their dreams. And these guys are tough, man. It's some good fights.
Yeah, I mean, it's all fun and games till you are that $1 million baby,
Yeah. Well, I watched a fight with the Chinese girl. She's tough, and she punched the girl in the forehead, and she had a giant.
It's a one of a kind shirt.
She had a giant forehead thing on her forehead. Boom, and it was like she looked like a monster. The other gal for the whole fight. It was
Really.
That was on a few months ago. But every time I watch a UFC podcast, they go to that. They go right to that.
Swollen, huh?
Oh, it's terrible. I'll show it to you sometime. I got to plug in the power.
Do it. Plug in the power. Make yourself strong. Here. Dink. I have the power. I feel it. You got plugged in. Good job.
There it is.
Yep. I feel He-Man coming already.
I'll pretty much tell every guy in this town, you think you're tough, but there's no way you're going to beat Amanda Nunez. It's not going to happen. Sorry. And she only weighs 145. So.
Yeah, I don't know her. Well, I don't know much of the female fighters.
You watched her last fight, I think. You came to
Yeah,
the last one, and it was not a very good fight. She knocked her out in the first round. She knocked the gal out.
I watched that last fight. That last gal was, I don't know, she's pretty good size. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and Amanda was a little smaller, but she just made quick work of her.
Quick work of her. That's funny. That's something my dad would say, actually.
Yeah.
He made quick work of you, or, you made quick work of that guy, or whatever, I'd be like, okay, what are you talking about? But at first, as a kid, now I understand.
Yeah.
And the gentleman I met yesterday, I met a gentleman, he went to the same martial arts that I did back when I was in high school or middle school and stuff. No, high school. Anyways, he said, our instructor at the time, he said he didn't believe in these fights. He thinks but he said most fights are 2 hits and that's it. You shouldn't have to hit somebody more than once, actually. And so I was under that impression at the time back then, for sure. you don't want to deal with somebody for a 30-second, 3-minute fight. No, that's just ridiculous. Do your job and get out of there. You know what I mean? Do the friggin' job and get out of there. Short and sweet, everything. And that gentleman that's talking about, by the way, was a friend's father that I went down and visited them yesterday, and he now is a black belt for, I can't remember which Dan he is, third or fourth Dan, and he has lost a leg, unfortunately.
Oh wow, is his name Dan?
No, a Dan is a black belt level.
Yeah.
So like the first Dan, 2 Dan, 3 Dan, you know.
No, but is the guy's name Dan? There's a famous, or not famous, but there's a
No, his name was Ellis.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, really cool guy.
There's a Dan that used to teach karate, Dan Huntington. He's still around. I saw him the other day. I saw a picture of him.
Well, oddly enough, that's a lot of our conversation was about. Dan Huntington was Ellis's instructor.
Wow.
Yeah. So I don't want to go into personal or anything like that because it's not nice for him. But yeah, that's yeah. No, Dan Huntington, actually, amazingly tough guy. He was my instructor as well when I first started. So yeah, that's how that started out there. But great instructor, great person. He always seems to be, you know, he was the bulldog that it was kind of weird when you saw him, when you see him fighting at first. I mean, in martial arts for a karate instructor, he's kind of built like a bulldog.
Yeah.
And so, you know, you wouldn't have thought, oh, this guy's going to have techniques that he needs to have and stuff, but he definitely did. And that bulldog would chew you up and spit you out like nobody's business. I mean, he was just, I would definitely not want to get into a dark alley against Dan Huntington. That's for sure.
Yeah.
You know, it's like Mike Schreiber, you know. I mean, Dan's been doing it for his whole life, but I shouldn't bring up names. I hate bringing up names. Sorry about that. But
let's go back to Amanda Nunez. She's the gal. It'd be funny to bring her to a bar and somebody smarts off and it would be over quickly. She's
right. She'll 1-2.
Brutal lass, they call her. She's a bit brutal. And then when it's over, she's sweet and just wants to get home to her husband and baby. It's a really weird thing to watch. To somebody go from like a killer to suddenly, I can't wait to see my little baby. And it's like, wow. Okay.
Yeah, and the baby's like, who are you? Your face is all beat up and worn, you know. But hey, you know what? It happens forever with guys, you know. So now little sweet little women have to do the same thing, apparently. I don't know.
Yeah, well, it's controlled too. The refs step in. One of the fights, I'll show you, they didn't step in quick enough. The guy was out laying on his back and he got in 2 more punches. So they're probably
and the guy got kneed in the face, remember? That was
yeah. Well, that was just, the ref couldn't do anything to that because that guy just did that. But last night, one guy was laying flat on the ground. He got 3 more punches in there. They're trying to teach the refs to get in quicker.
Yeah.
Now when a guy's knocked out.
Yeah, it's too bad. I mean,
yeah,
you know, but you do take that risk when you get inside the octagon or whatever it might be, because you're dealing with pure fury. You know what I mean? It's not just fighting. So it's not a logical level all times. It's like everybody's smart in their brain. They think and they thinking straight until they get in there. You get hit, and then all of a sudden you become the Tasmanian devil. And then, you know what I mean? If somebody's being the Tasmanian devil, it's hard to stop them real quick. You know what I mean?
Oh, the best fight was this one guy was getting beat every round. He knocks the guy out with 1 second left and wins the fight. He was losing every round, and he came in at the end and won it with 1 second left, like the latest knockout.
Is that the boxing or is that the?
No, that just happened last night.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Because it sounds like the same story we know about with
Meldrick.
Meldrick,
Meldrick was winning the fight and he got knocked out. Yeah.
That's what I mean. Yeah.
Yeah. But the cool thing was the guy that won, he was losing the whole time, trying so hard. And then at the end, he had a fury and he got knocked out and the ref called it. Even though there's 1 second left, it was fair. He knocked the guy out.
I'll have to watch that one. Sounds
he knocked him out. So that was exciting.
But that's the same thing that happened to Meldrick Taylor, really, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But the problem with Meldrick was he's 8 to 11. How many rounds were there? 12?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a heck of a beating, 12 rounds. The other one was probably, I'm assuming with the MMA was probably like 3 rounds,
That
probably.
was true, yeah. It was
Yeah.
just exciting to see that, and it didn't seem unfair. He knocked the guy was out. He was one of these.
Bam. Done. Well, that's good. Good comeback then. Yeah.
Yeah,
So speaking of
Oh.
comeback, I've got a segue right here, Brian. If you are, I
yeah. Let's
noticed
do it.
last night I noticed that there was actually Powerball was over 200 million, or was exactly 200 million. Yeah. So, and I forgot to buy a ticket. However, somebody bought me a ticket for me, and I won.
How
Kidding.
much?
I'm just kidding. It doesn't happen.
Oh.
Nobody ever buys a
Hey,
ticket.
you win smaller amounts on that, or just the grand prize?
Yeah, but if you don't buy a ticket, you don't win. If you
Yeah.
don't play, you can't win.
Yeah.
And I forgot to get a ticket, and dang it. It's one of those fun things I like to do on Facebook, by the way, folks. If you happen to see me on Facebook, you'll see it on my page when it's over $100 million. I often have a ticket on there that I'll share with you if you get in with that certain amount of time. You know, it's kind of fun. One of those old things I've been doing apparently for 7 years. Post it on there, and just to draw attention on people. They like, I'll ask a question about them. Say, you know, what was your favorite actor, and I'll say their name, or maybe I'll say, what was your favorite song, and you post that, or your favorite video, or your favorite cartoon, or who's your first kiss, or you just never know what I'm going to say. But if you're on there, feel free to join that little group of my friends and let me know why you're joining, because if you're nobody that I know, I won't let you join. I mean, I have a lot of friends on Facebook, but they're all actual friends. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't let people just join me because they ask. I have 100 people probably in waiting right now for a friend response, and I just never get back to them. Unfortunately, I'm sorry about that. But if I don't know you and you don't know me, I don't want to see your stuff that much. You know what I mean? I only have enough time in my life to take care of the people I know and I love already. So, you can't read so many feeds. I mean, it just goes, somebody's feed. Do you really care about that person? I want to know about people that I do care about, But anyway, so but the $200 million Powerball dreams what happened last night, and nobody won. But I was thinking to myself, Brian, if you were to win Powerball right now, $200 million, is there a place you would move, or I'm sure there's a place you'd visit? And if you went to visit somebody right now, you'd probably visit where?
Right now, I don't think I'd visit anybody. I'm going to wait it out.
Well, we're going to wait until you
get my vaccines, feel like things are opened up. I want to go to a place where things are opened up, man. I want to see a lot of people once it's time. So I'd stick with what I was doing. I might not change anything for a while. Everybody always changes everything, and then almost 95% go broke.
Maybe. I don't believe that.
They say 95% of lottery winners go broke.
Well, yeah, no, they do. Yeah, I get that because of their outlandish lifestyles they decide to bring on. I get that. First off, would you do hourly? Would you go for the payment of hourly or cash out?
Well, if I could will it to my children, I think I'd go monthly or whatever it is, yearly.
Yeah.
I don't need the lump sum. You get more if you're patient.
Yeah, well, it's true. But if you're a financial wizard, you can, do more by getting the money now, actually, and then investing.
And that is the mistake that the people make, and why 95% go broke, because you're not a financial wizard. Otherwise, you'd be rich. So
you're
kind of you're kind of a screw up in a sense. We all have problems with our past, with credit and all that. So that's what they say. It's not going to change. So be conservative. Get the money on a yearly and do nothing for a while. Think about it, because you're going to have people coming at you with all these crazy ideas.
Yep. Guarantee it.
Yeah.
You find a lot of friends real quick when you get a lot of money,
You'll have friends wanting to go on some Elon Musk space ride, and it's only 40 grand. And you haven't seen them in 8 years. And suddenly they want you to give them 40 grand so they can go on a spaceship. That's what's going to happen. You're going to be attacked by people. So the first thing you do, change your phone number, get rid of your Facebook.
Yeah, I'll tell you, I probably freeze my Facebook, and I already have, like I said, a lot of friends on there, and I actually consider them my friends. So
Yeah.
I would basically just freeze getting anybody new on my Facebook, and then I would I want to keep in contact with them though. So
Yeah.
and I do want to listen to stories. If somebody's got a great idea, I'd like to help promote it for them. That's what I do. So
The first few
what I
months,
do, huh?
it's going to be chaos the first few months. So all these friends
No, yeah.
coming at you with requests. It'd be kind of fun to keep your phone and just listen to the messages because you're going to hear some interesting requests from people.
Yes, you are. And and my number's out there. Everybody has my number, it seems like. So I think that I might move to London for a little while. I would love to have one of those nice houses in London, just on like one of those old, I don't know. I've never been there, but it seems like whatever little bistro down below, and you can hide out for a little bit,
Yeah.
Every day have a coffee and just your biscuits, or not biscuits, but croissants.
I'd spend a week there before you move, and I would.
No, I mean for a few months to go hide away.
Yeah, I would bet a week, depending on the time of year you go there. I bet within a week you're like, well, let's go somewhere else.
I'm sure it would be. Yeah.
I mean, I like London, but it was not a great hangout place for me. One, they didn't have ice, and I like to have mixed drinks with ice. And it was a little stuffy in every place I went to, and the food wasn't very good. So.
Yeah, well,
people were a little snippy, so sorry. I would go to, believe it or not, you could check out south of France, Monaco.
Yeah, that'd be cool too. And my thing is it's just the ability to go hide in a coffee shop for a couple months, and when people have these ideas, and you have a place to just kind of sit back and relax and let it come into you instead of you, I don't know, the information that people want to get a hold of you and stuff. It's like, well, much easier if I'm in one location that, you know what I mean? Instead of playing.
People would find you.
Oh yeah, of course. It would be like, where's Waldo? It'd be like, where's Lonnie today? South of France, Naples, wherever,
Yeah.
Morocco, Greece, wherever. It'd be a fun game to play though. Shit. if I had that problem,
Yeah. Well, I think I'd do nothing for the first week or two and just kind of let it settle in, because everybody wants to buy stuff immediately.
Yeah. Well, I would have to I would immediately buy a bodyguard for my daughter and son, and myself, probably, just so I can not have to worry about it. You know what I mean? I always think of Ransom and
and
Mel Gibson, where they pick up his kid and stuff. Well, that's where the family would be. People would be, you become a little more dangerous when you have a few $100 million. It's like what could happen to you? Well, you just never know. People are crazy.
Well, so far we make it sound pretty bad to win the lottery, because one, now we're fearing for our lives. We got people, we got to decide if they're really friends. Everybody's coming after us. We have no privacy. It's like, how about I don't win the lottery and see what I can do today to have a good time? So I'm going to say I don't want to win the lottery. Sorry.
Yeah, well, if you happen to do that, if you happen to buy a ticket and happen to find a ticket, let me know, because I will take that lottery waiting for you, and I will be able to go through and help you with those funds, because I believe that I would be I'm a good not a sound financial man, but as far as allocation of funds for good causes and whatnot, that's kind of like, that's one of my things I like to do. So yeah, I would love to help. That'd be great. So please, if you hear me above, I'd like to win the lottery.
Well, I want to say I don't want to win it, and you know what to do. You know what to do.
Give it to Lonnie. Give it to Lonnie.
Yeah, that's good. Give it to Lonnie if you'd like.
And actually, I just set it up so I have to divide it between 30 people anyways. And the reason why I do that is because I don't want to be the only one holding all the funds. You know what I mean? And Brian's still you still looking up, talking to God.
No, I'm thinking if God's got a great sense of humor that I think he does, I say give it to Trump and let half the people flip out.
Oh, that's
And
true.
he'll never run for president again because he'll have an extra $1 billion. And yeah.
Well, do you see yesterday that Trump's his golden airport or airport, but his
Oh,
golden
plane, yeah.
plane is has so much costly stuff on it, they probably won't be able to pick it up anymore. He'll just you know, because he's can't afford it because he's a lizard baby.
Yeah,
No,
not sound financial management. I'd like to see him just go the
Right.
opposite route and just become a simple guy and say, screw all this. It would be nice. Let him enjoy life because that can't be fun what he's doing. That whole crazy thing, he being president and all that, that can't be fun.
yeah.
He looked miserable every day. I felt sorry for him. Like, why would these guys want him to be that miserable? Why do his supporters want this man that miserable?
But yeah, he built that mousetrap, you know.
Yeah, I know. He needs to hook up with Shaun White. They get a van and they travel around the country, and Shaun skis and Trump talks to people. And they
I
give
don't
out
like
gum.
Shaun White anymore. I don't like Shaun White anymore.
Well, they
I'm
give
kidding.
out gum. They give out 10-year-old gum.
That's right. That's what they do. No.
Yeah.
So what you're referring to, folks, is the other night I found a pack of Shaun White Strider gum in my car. Well, apparently I just got that car
There it is.
when, yeah, right there. So yeah, things change. I used to love Shaun White, the Flying Tomato. So when I found this pack of gum in my tools today, I had to have a piece. Not thinking I have a small gum addiction, as I'm chewing one now. Anyways, I have a small gum addiction. Within 5 seconds, I immediately realized that things had changed. It turned out to be very foul and rancid rubble. I mean, it just literally coated inside my mouth with this millions of little pieces of just guck. It was so gross, horrible. Needless to say, I hope he's held up better than his sticks of gum. I guess nothing lasts forever, Sean. An hour later, I'm still getting gum out of my mouth. I'm still taking pieces out of my mouth. It's disgusting.
Wow.
Horrible. It was like taking a kind of a ball of flour, but it's horrible tasting flour, and just and you were with my house when I did that, remember?
Yeah.
And I was trying to explain to you. I'm all spitting stuff out back of my tongue. It's horrible. It was bad.
It was
But
a
anyways,
class from the past, so to even talk about Shaun White. That's been a while.
I know. I didn't realize that. Yeah, the Flying Tomato. Yeah, it's been 10 years old. So either way, I'm sure he's probably still rocking the slopes. But I like watching. I love watching snowboarding.
Yeah.
I enjoy doing it as well. I did back in the day. I was never really good at it, but I really do enjoy doing it. I did.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I think that others would as well. My son, I don't know if he's ever snowboarded. I'll find out. But my daughter just started it recently, I think, and she just enjoyed the heck out of it. So, or skiing and snowboarding. I'm not sure what she was doing, but which, by the way, have you done both those, snowboarding and boarded?
Just skiing. I've never snowboarded.
Yeah.
Skied a decent amount. Was never a fan of skiing. It was not.
You weren't a fan of it? How come?
Didn't like it. Well, I like being in control, and so when you're skiing, you're going like 10 miles an hour faster than you want to go, and I like being in control. I like doing things on foot. I like hiking, climbing, things where it's all on me.
Yeah. Well, those skiers, some skiers are doing that too, they're in control all the time, no matter what they're doing.
Yeah, they know what they're doing. It's just,
Yeah.
not my deal. I like jet skiing. I used to like climbing.
Hey, see this picture I have back here today? I got that picture right there of me and two of my best buds right there. I've got me in the middle, and then over here is Lance. I've known Lance since I was born, literally. He was actually in my family before I was, because his mother and my mother were best friends, and so he's older than I am. So when I came in the family, he was already there. It's kind of weird. And then Peter here, the white and black. Pete has been my best bud, one of my best buds since kindergarten. So
Yeah,
there you go.
quite the musician.
Yeah, quite the musician. Yeah, and Lance is the quite the woman's man. No, actually, he's actually a tugboat guy. But actually, they're both tugboat guys. I guess I'm the boat in the middle of that, and they're both tugging on me. Right?
Yeah.
Kind of funny. But no, but some of my best friends. Figured I'd change it up a little bit and put that picture there. So
Oh, I just had a thought. If I did win the lottery, this is weird, but I would get a hold of Bill Walton, the great Blazer Center and legendary Grateful Dead fan, one of my favorite people, and set up a meeting. Just to
And
hear
well,
that guy talk for an hour, I'd love that.
just to find some coffee with him and some
Just
talk.
just to say to my friend Drew, for example, hey, I just spent an hour with Bill Walton, and his jealousy level would be at the highest you've ever seen in your life.
That'd be rad. You
Me
know.
talking about wanting to see Bill Walton, he would get excited.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Well, us old guys, we remember the greatest moment in Portland sports history is because of Bill Walton. So the young guys don't know, but now he's just a funny guy. He does announcing. So
He does.
yeah,
Where's he at?
severe stuttering problem, and he became one of the top announcers in the NBA. So
Where's he at now?
he's doing college basketball, and he's a big Grateful Dead fan. He's had a few shows that he does. He's kind of a hippie type. His son played for the Lakers and is an NBA coach. So yeah, he's one of the top guys in the history of the NBA. But
Well, that'd be cool.
yeah, I just love his spirit. He when they say how you doing, he said, I'm married to Tina and life is great. I have no complaints. He always brags about his family. How are you doing? I'm here with you, and I've got a great wife and family. And he's
that's awesome.
Big Ziggler, basically. He's the
Yeah,
modern.
no, that's great. I love that. That sounds great. I'll have to listen to him and some of his quotes, maybe if there's any out there I can get from.
Well, there's a video I can recommend. It's called "Your Dad's Not High." Bill Walton was that good, and it's funny as hell.
Yeah, that's the movie.
It's
a video.
A YouTube video, because people, like, you start talking about Bill Walton, they go, "Are you high?" No, your dad's not high. Bill Walton was that good.
That's funny. I will have to hear that, because that's something that my son would say to me or something. Are you high or whatever? You know, I was like, what? But I understand what he's saying, so I'm gonna have to watch that now. Are you high?
Yeah, high. Bill Walton's that good. He's kind of like a modern day Zig Ziglar hippie combination. He sees incredible things in everything.
Okay, so that's cool. I'd like to meet Bill Walton, and for certain, sounds like a positive character. But so the Powerball dreams in particular, he dismissed it with the "I don't want Powerball" things. However, let's just say, okay, so you cannot travel anywhere right now, but if you had to move somewhere, or you wanted to another city or state or world, continent, where would that be?
I don't think I would. I got a brother here, unless he wanted to move. I got a sister. I would not move, but I might travel a little bit, but I would not move.
Okay.
And I would get the series of tunnels that Steve from Scooters was talking about. He came over here and he said, I know you have tunnels under this place, but I don't. But yeah, I'd put together an intricate system in this house.
But as far as it goes,
I might buy the block and then turn it into some sort of community center. I've been dreaming of community.
Not a bad idea, you know. Is there a residence in this area that you'd rather move to?
No, I love this place.
The house?
Yeah, I love it because it's such a part of my past. I got my playground teacher across the street, and the other playground teacher from grade school lived in this house. And people come by a lot and talk, people drive by and say, oh, I love that house, and I know this guy. And yeah, it's pretty cool. It's kind of an interesting place.
Well, that's cool. I'm glad to hear it. That's awesome, Brian.
I'm a simple guy, just a simple guy.
Simple guy with, okay, well, so if you stay right there, what kind of accomplishments deeds would you like to accomplish? So if there's something in particular that you would like to if you had $200 million, is there any type of a deed or deeds that you would like to accomplish?
I'd have to think about it. There are some things around here I'd like to do for the Longview Kelso area. There's some stuff.
Yeah, like,
Well, I'd like to eradicate the homeless program through a really well put together program and have the money to do it. And then a prototype program, because I got some good ideas. And then I overheard a conversation with a commissioner who had some good ideas. So I thought if you get the right people together and you have the money to do it,
yes.
and yeah.
So help eradicate
get them out of
homelessness.
that camp, separate them, get them to programs, and get them under a roof.
So help eradicate the homeless. That's good.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah, multiple programs in the United States, and they're all, I mean, they're not working together. A lot of them here in town either, you know.
Yeah. I'd also put a roof over the skate park. Both of them. We need roofs in this town, man. I don't know if the city fathers know this, but it rains sometimes in College County.
Yeah, I don't know if they know it's not. Washington State has a tendency to drip a little bit, you know.
Yeah. Well, they don't make them play basketball outside. They put a roof over them.
So I would actually shade, if I won that much money, I would just put a shade over Washington State from the clouds a little bit, so you can not get all the rain, because, or maybe just turn the sun up a little bit, my little ability to do that, so we're a little warmer here.
Well, this area needs a good giant dome where we can do all activities all year round if we have to.
Yeah, we
I'd
do.
like to see a football game with a roof over its head.
Yeah,
Youth football, the kids standing out in the rain, that's okay, but the parents are freezing. Let's get them in a nice place.
can you imagine one place in this area that's like that, a domed area? Because if there was, well, now let's get out of the Stephen King idea, but the dome, but we can get under the idea of a very large event center with a dome, because we could have sports all year round.
Yeah. And you could have skating too. There's enough room for small areas for that. People could be playing tennis and all that stuff.
Yeah, well,
Mid Valley has indoor tennis, don't they? Or do they?
yeah, they do.
Yeah,
I don't.
I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah, I don't ever go out there. I don't ever play the game. I should. I do something. I mean, I'd be basically. I'd be chasing balls quite a bit.
Yeah.
I bet a whole day I'd be chasing balls, but
at Highline in like '79, I took private lessons from one of the top guys on the team, and then I had a class. And an older lady taught us, and so I got pretty good there for a little bit.
yeah. We know I have a tennis court right by my house here, and I have tennis rackets. And if you want to come over and try and
Yeah.
educate me, I mean, if I can do that, I highly doubt it, because I just want to fall over. I don't want to go tumble into the weeds.
Well, it's
Great
funny.
tennis, but
It's funny when you think you're good at tennis, which I was taking those classes, and so I thought, oh, I'm good. So I play against this guy, and he's the number 2 player at Highline. He says, I'll beat you 6-0, 6-0. You won't score any points at any time. And he did. I couldn't get a point on the guy. And I was,
yeah. I used to play racquetball, and I didn't. I played volleyball, and I love volleyball, and that's a lot of exercise. Great game, volleyball. But I did play racquetball now and again, and I started to learn, and thought I knew something, and I went out there and had a friend of mine, an attorney, say, "You want to play some racquetball, Lonnie? I'll meet you there." So I said, "Okay," and I think we were there for an hour, and I think that he didn't move his body the whole time. He was so good. He'd go bink, and it would go here, it would go there, it would go exactly where he wanted to go. I couldn't do jack squat. It was just ridiculous. And he beat me like a redheaded stepchild.
Yeah, well, that guy that was at Highline, he ended up playing tennis. He was number 2 for Oregon. And so he could play against me and say, go over there. He would hit it, and he would make me move where he wanted to, which helped my
exactly
game. So good.
Every time they knew exactly where to hit you. It's just like That was a retired attorney, Wes Johnson, actually in the
Ah.
area. He knew exactly where he hit that thing. And then I've heard that some more of my friends are racquetball players, other attorneys and stuff. And I mean, I'd be willing to give it a try to stand up. And if I fall down, I fall down. I don't care. But I'm all up for it. I used to do it all the time, every day for exercise. I would go on
Yeah.
for half an hour and just try to do it by myself. And I'm not opposed to that now, as a matter of fact. Just
We've
something
got
fun to do
facilities,
anyways.
right? The YMCA, they got
The
good.
YMCA has like 4 or 5, 1, 2, 3, 4,
Yeah,
5 or 6 rooms. So yeah, and it's a great place. I'm waiting for that place to open up again. Really, it is open, kind of, sort of. So I could utilize that now. As a matter of fact, I bought some rackets because I didn't want to, play with touch somebody else's hands, and
Yeah.
whatever. Just the whole COVID thing still sucks, ladies and gentlemen. If you're dealing with it, I'm sorry, because you're in the same world as we are, and it happens.
well, I
But-
can't wait to reopen to get into the Kelso swimming pool. They got the high school pool that you can use every night pretty much. I want to get in there and swim laps, man. I was doing that before the COVID hit.
Yeah,
Laps
that's a
every
good
night.
pool.
You know what's the
I
best
like
part?
that pool.
The best
You
part.
were?
Yeah, I was doing that not every night, but I was doing it every week. But the best part of that was you do the laps and you're able to, stop for a minute and you overhear the conversations in the exercise group and the older gals, some hilarious conversations.
Yeah. Well, I can only imagine.
And it's like you're not there. They don't even
Right.
care. I'm standing there 2 feet away, listening to everything they're saying, and they don't even care. It's awesome.
Ladies and gentlemen, Brian is a spy and a people watcher, so you watch out for that spy. If he overhears you say some outlandish things that are untrue, just throw him off.
I won't say anything. I'll just put it in my whatever book I'm writing. It's just
You know, journal.
I
Yeah,
won't,
yeah.
I won't say it was you. Nobody will ever embarrass you.
There you go.
Well, a guy the other day said that the situation around here and pretty much everywhere was, what did he call it? Oh, homeless industrial complex. And I said, wow, that's a good term. I like that.
Almost industrial complex.
Because the military industrial complex, that's what everybody talks about. Oh, it's, all a trick. He said the homeless industrial complex, like it's a bit of a boondoggle.
A boondoggle, that's a word that comes up every so era. And we're almost at 10. We're past 10:07 right now, but we started a few minutes late because of my computer. By the way, I turned it on and the camera wasn't working. Weird.
Oh yeah.
So then I had to reset the whole thing, and thank God, because I tried everything else beforehand. I spent probably almost about 4 minutes trying to get my computer to just figure out what the problem was.
Yeah.
Not until
What was it?
Not until I turn the whole thing off, turn it off completely, and then let it, recycle and get back up there, and then my camera just
Reboot.
popped right back on. So
Reboot. That's what this
reboot.
whole pandemic's been a reboot. We're going back. We turned it off. Now we got to turn it back on again, let it warm up, and we're going.
Exactly. Well, listen,
Summer's
folks,
gonna
it's
be
been.
big.
I know what your plans are later today, Brian, but let's.
It sounds like you're going to be traveling to do electricity.
I will be very shortly. That's right. Yep, absolutely. So,
You'll be back tonight.
Yep. Take care. I'll talk to you folks later. Have a good day. We're gonna go pound it out.
No.
1, 2, 3.
Oh, we go to that rock every time. 1, 2, 3.
There you go.
Oh, we're all right. I got it.
Wow, I think that's like. Did you get me yesterday? If you got me yesterday, that's like 6 days in a row.
I think I pretty much.
You're conquering.
I win every time. There you go. Thank you. And good night.
There you go. Look at that. Yeah, that's right.
Hey,
And he's out of here. Got the wild background there for you. Huh. See ya. Wouldn't want to be ya.